I'm gonna wait for some of y'all to get in here. Oh wait, why am I so close on this screen? This is weird. Cause I saw some comments, and I want to go in the comment section too much, but I want to address some stuff. Why does my hair look so crazy? I'll deal with that later. Oh, this is my light. No, why is it going down and not up? All right, y'all. I'm just waiting for a couple of y'all to get on here so we could address some things. Am I even on? Oh, hey y'all. Happy, what is today? Wednesday? Thursday? What is today? How is everybody doing? Hey! Good morning, Alf and Auntie Edna. Okay, yeah, because y'all, we gotta address some things. I'm so, you know what, y'all, I really struggle with responding back to a lot of comments because I'm always like doing so much, and and what's crazy is like you'll get alerts when a comment will come, but then like I get alerts with a lot of different apps. So sometimes I'll catch them, and for some weird reasons, the ones that like will show up when I see them, they are on demon time. I don't know why, y'all. I don't know how to explain that to you, but I'm just saying. Thank you, Anna. How are you doing too? Hey, Christy. Rika. Is it Rika, woman? Tell me how you pronounce it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it. Hey, Janine. Hey, Stitch. I don't want to ever say it wrong, so that's why sometimes I don't say names, just because, well, you know. So I don't necessarily think Ryan is in on the con. I think no, because I don't think he would intentionally try to lose his job and his career over Gypsy. No, I think he has played into its hands maybe by default. Um, but I don't know if I could say that I think that he is in on it. Tell me why you think that. Maybe that will give me some context. Um, I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to think of the whole situation, to be honest with you, because I don't know. The whole situation is crazy. Stitch, I've been saying that I do think Stanfield and Gypsy knew each other from before. It kind of makes me wonder if they knew each other from like the shed type of stuff. Good morning, honey. I think at this point, Ryan is probably just trying to survive from what he's done. Because, I mean, look, he really got himself into this situation at the end of the day. Like, so, you know, we all have repercussions for our actions. That's just what it is at the end of the day. And I think sometimes people feel like when they've changed or they've done something different or whatever, they feel as though it should erase their past. No, like no matter what you've done in life, there's repercussions for those things. And you might not like the repercussions and you might have changed or tried to change. But everything you do still catches up with you. Like it doesn't just go away. And yeah, I think you reap what you sow, and that's just what it is at the end of the day. Karma doesn't have a time on when she's gonna return. Like it just is what it is. Um, but I did want to say something first because I noticed in my comments section yesterday, some people were saying that I was being messy. People ask creators for transparency and truth. And when you give that, you say someone's being messy. I find that kind of strange. If it's messy, somebody made it messy, not the person that's telling you what happened. I'm just saying, like, uh, I'm just, oh, thank you, Jacob. I'm telling you guys, my secret is my Glow Pro tool with my skincare. It's so, y'all are gonna laugh. I stopped using my Glow Pro tool for a couple of months, and I noticed my skin started breaking out even more. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know if it was just my hormones or whatever. But when I started using my Glow Pro tool with my skin started to go back to normal. So I think what it is that um, because my Glow Pro tool is like a mini micro needling tool, and you don't feel the needles at all. And I know people hear that and they think you feel it, but you run it across your skin lightly. But what it does is poke very like small spots onto your skin. So what it does is it causes your skincare to penetrate beyond the top barrier of your skin. And so when your skincare gets underneath your skin, it tends to be able to work more. It's not just like trying to get on it. And I noticed that I actually feel like I forgot how good it was until I started using it again. Oh, my nails look like trash. I'm trying to take them off. I need to redo them. Um, y'all are just weird. Jacob, you're funny. Hey, Indigo, how are you? I keep meaning to text message you, but girl, I get so distracted so quickly. It just doesn't make any sense. Um, but yeah, I thought that was crazy to see that in my comment section. Is that I was like, wow, I have always been pretty transparent with what's going on. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. So Alf asked me, I am so happy that you have been able to see that. Because what's so funny is that of course, I did sales. Like, that was pretty much what my career was. I was an account executive for Estee Lauder and Beauty Bio at one point. And those are brands that I still love their products. And it's funny because I only worked for brands that I loved the products and I knew that they really worked, because I'm not someone to just sell stuff just to sell it. So if it doesn't work, I don't want to con you. And for someone to have not worked for a brand in 2 to 3 years and still loves the brand, that should tell you a lot, because that a lot of people that, especially in cosmetics, that work for brands, like, after they don't really love the brand for whatever reason, I can honestly say the brands that I've worked for, I really love them and still do. But Aleph, you asked me something. Tracy, I'm going to tell you about this product, but I am telling you it is on the pricey side. You maybe only have to purchase it every 9 months, though. It is expensive. It will change your life. I have a video about it, and you could see what it looks like and everything. It is called Estee Lauder Renutriv. This moisturizer is expensive, very expensive, but it's a faceless lift in a bottle. Okay. It's, when I say it's expensive, just brace yourself. Okay. It's about like $400. But when I tell you that your skin, there's no words that I will ever be able to give you to give it justice. There's nothing. And I'll say that because when I used to work for Estee Lauder, I remember when my old director showed me the product, because I said I never sold Renutriv because it's just too expensive, and I would never sell a moisturizer this expensive. I think it's ridiculous. And she said to me, have you tried it? And I said, no. So she was like, well, you should. Like, rub this on your hand. And so I was like, okay. She was like, I'm going to give you a jar. I want you to try it for a month and tell me if you don't feel different. When I tell you, I have never in my life ever thought I would spend that much on a moisturizer. It's a game changer. I don't think there's any other moisturizer on the market that I can say is as good as that moisturizer. And I love that moisturizer so much. When I pass away, you better put that in my casket and take me to the king with that. Like, I am so for real with that. Like, there's not very many things I would say to put in the casket with me, but that is one of them. Put it in there. It is such, I have a video about it, but I don't think there's a code for it. I don't think I have a code for it, but I have a video. If you look at my shorts, I have a video about it, and I have it stitched in there. It's called I'm telling you, baby. I'm telling you. So I will say this, when it comes to skincare, I will say you definitely get what you pay for. And that there are a lot of brands and a lot of products that I feel like it's not worth the purchase, and they're overpriced. But when it comes to Renutriv, I feel like that is one. I will tell you this, I would eat ramen noodles for a month if it came between that food and my moisturizer. And for me to say that is deep, because I'm a foodie. I love food. Like, but for me to say I would eat ramen noodles for the entire month as long as I could keep my moisturizer, it is truly a facelift in a bottle, and your face will look and feel like a baby's booty. Okay. I'm telling you, what, like, once you've tried that moisturizer, it's like a whole epiphany to you. You're like, look, no matter what I do, this moisturizer has to come with me. Like, this, I'm not leaving this. Like, I'm not. It is a game changer. I think I could put it here. Let me see if I could put it here. Okay, it says it's pinned. I don't see it, but if you guys see it, let me know. But it is, there's not very many things that I would say I would spend money on. But that, oh, Rob is saying, let me do something real quick. Okay, hopefully that makes it better. There's not very many things that I would spend that level of money on it, but I would spend on that. Um, because I am telling you, my skin has never loved any other moisturizer more than that moisturizer. Like, it just, yeah, it's fine. I have some scratches on these glasses too, but because I love these glasses so much and my son dropped it and scratched it, I'm I love these glasses so much. I love these glasses so much. I thought I left these in Cabo a year ago, and I realized that it was underneath my car seat. And when I tell you that for a week, every time I thought of these sunglasses, I would spiral. Like, if I was driving and the thought that I lost them popped into my mind, I would spiral. Like, every single time I would think of them, I was like, I will walk around with scratches on these glasses because I don't care. I love these. Like, it is that serious for me. Just these in particular, and that's the thing. I don't normally ever really care about my sunglasses that much, but these in particular, yes, I had a whole meltdown about them. And when I tell you, if I saw a TikTok with me in these sunglasses, I was losing it. Like, it was so crazy. And I was like, why am I so upset over some sunglasses? And the thing that was crazy is that I kept trying to find them again. And they had them in different colors. I even, in fact, bought them. I got these half price at what is it? Saks on Fifth. So like, I think they were originally like 300 and something dollars. I ended up paying like 150 for them. So I was like thrilled. So I was thinking, oh, okay, I'll be able to find them again. And yeah, I might have to pay full price, but I would still at least get those glasses. And I really was having a hard time even conceptualizing paying full price for it. But I was like, man, I really love them so much. I would just go ahead and cave and do it. And so I kept looking for them. And then I saw a site, and they were in the UK that had them, right? I purchased them, and then they sent me an email saying, we don't have it in that color anymore. We have these colors. I couldn't find this color anywhere. I'm talking about, I went on Poshmark, I went on eBay, I went on everything. I went on every single site and could not find them. And so I ended up ordering these in like a greenish color, like a winter green color. And I like them, but they weren't these. And then I ended up finding these, and thankfully I'm happy that I found them. So yeah, but they were worth it. Yes, it's neutral. I think I tagged it here. Do you guys see it or no? Oh, can you see it now? I stitched it. I'm telling you, there are not very many moisturizers that I spend money on, but that one right there, baby. A good moisturizer and a good eye cream, I feel like those two things right there, you can't lose on. People are in the comment section are always going to troll, so you kind of have to just whatever. Yeah, I don't tell you guys about stuff that I don't absolutely love, because again, there's a lot of things that I think are overpriced. But those, you guys, if you want some really good eye patches, try Faded Topicals by what is it? Topicals? Eye patches, baby, those get rid of dark circles like nobody's business, and they're cheap. They're like 6 for 20 bucks, and they're reusable eye patches. Put them in the refrigerator and thank me later. Yes, those eye patches are a gem. Yes. Yes. And I am telling you, like, you'll wake up with your under eye smoother. Um, the the topical faded one and the Beauty Bio patches are the only two eye patches I have ever loved, like loved. Any other eye patches I've tried, I feel like you put them on, they don't really do much. But them, they're gems. Yeah, they're reusable. You can like put them right back on the sheet and put them back in the refrigerator or wherever. I keep them cold because I feel like you get more impact when they're cold. Even in my with my moisturizers, I have a skincare refrigerator. I just feel like I get more out of my moisturizers and like skincare products when they're cold. No, I don't know how to put my TikTok shop on my YouTube, and I honestly really haven't looked into it. I know people keep saying to me, like, just, yo, these folks are crazy. Um, yes, the texture of your skin when you start, I feel like Renutriv, like, when you hear about the price, it sounds crazy, but if you exchange your dollars for ounces, when you really think about it, you literally need a dot of Renutriv, and it goes a long way. You only need to purchase one about every 9 months. So when you think about that, it's what, $50 a month that you're paying for a moisturizer. So to be honest with you, you get your money's worth out of it, but your skin changes so, like, there's nothing that I can say to you guys on here to give that moisturizer justice, because there, I don't feel like there's words to explain how amazing it is. Like, I feel like um it's too good to explain. Even the packaging is, first of all, the bottle is heavy. It's like the bottle's in gold, and it just gives luxury. Like, it, I am telling you, you could avoid a facelift with that. Like, it has, they literally sourced things. The technology that Estee Lauder puts into that moisturizer is immaculate. Like, they, I don't even want to tell you guys the story because I don't remember it all the way, because it's been years since I have like studied it. But there's like a black diamond truffle that I think is like only in Germany, and there's like a dog that sniffs out this black diamond truffle, and they put it into, infuse it into this moisturizer, and that's what, like, there's like properties in it that like reverse signs of aging. And it's, I don't even want to try to tell you the whole story because I don't want to sound crazy, because I know it's it's so much, it's just very good. That's all I could tell you. I'm telling you, I don't normally rep stuff, baby. So I used to get Botox like here and here, to kind of give my face like a heart shape. But it's been about a year since I've had anything, and I only did it twice. Um, but when I use my moisturizer consistently, I realize I don't really need it. I am telling you, wrinkles, all, like, I would say this: take a picture the day you get it, take a picture 3 days later, and then take a picture a week later, and look at them all together. And if it doesn't work, return it. That's all I can tell you. Like, you know what's funny, Edna? Gio's dad never noticed anything before, But when I started using Renutriv, he noticed. And when I started using that Peter Thomas Roth exfoliator, he noticed. I thought that was so funny. I could literally change my hair color. He doesn't notice anything. When I tell you I could change my hair color, I could change whatever, he doesn't notice that. But them two products I've used, he's like, your skin looks so different. Yeah, their gold mask I really like. And I like that silver exfoliator because it's not like a beaded exfoliator, so it's like one of those that is a gentle exfoliator that literally just softens up your skin and like the dead skin just comes off, versus like the beaded one that kind of scratches the skin up. That's why I really like that one, but I didn't think that you would notice a difference, but he did. I am telling, Edna, when you tried it, I knew you were going to love it. I knew you were. And I was so excited for you to tell me about it. And it was funny when I saw it in my comment section and you were like, oh my gosh, I love this. Because I was like, if someone ever tries this moisturizer, they're going to love it. I'm like, but I know the price will kind of make you be like, there's no way that I would think that this was worth it. But when you think about, you pay Botox or pay for a facelift or anything like that, and you can get that literally in a bottle within a matter of days. Sephora does not sell Renutriv. Only the department stores sell it. Sephora and Ulta don't, because it's not even like a lot of Macy's sell it. Normally it's like you get it in like Neiman's or Nordstrom's because it is such a higher end product. And they have to sell a certain amount in the locations in order for them for Renutriv to allow them to sell it in the store, for Estee Lauder to allow them to sell Renutriv in the store. So there's a lot of stores that you'll go into that don't carry Renutriv. But I did put the link. So the link in here, they do give me a commission off of it if you purchase it off the link. If you guys see the link, I don't know because I can't see anything. But it's definitely worth it. But take before and after pictures, because I am telling you the difference is so shocking that I feel like you have to document it, if that makes sense. Like you have to. I love Estee Lauder, I do, but I will say this, and Estee Lauder, I'm so sorry. Their skincare is really good. Their foundation's really good. And I never liked any of their concealers, ever. But they finally came out with a good concealer. Finally! I was like, why didn't you do it when I was working for the brand? Come out with a good concealer. Because I would always tell people in the store, like, yeah, Estee Lauder has a great foundation, but their concealer is not good, so don't even do it. But they finally came out with a good concealer, like recently. I'm talking about in the last 2-3 months, they finally came out with a good concealer. Their eyeshadow is not my favorite. I'll be very honest, their cleansers aren't really my favorites. There's a lot of other cleansers that I love over Estee Lauder cleansers. Now, what I will tell you is, yes, the foundation is absolutely amazing. Renutriv's foundation and Double Wear's foundation is amazing. It's the only foundation that I feel like the ultimate lift, the ultimate diamond. That's amazing. Now they have a great lip liner and an eyeliner. Those do not come off until you take it off. If you want a good lip liner and a good eyeliner, Estee Lauder has got you. Their blush, I could do without like that type of stuff. I like their blush, but it's not like it's to me different than any other blush. Does that make sense? But I do that moisturizer. I can't live without it. I cannot live without it. No, their new concealer is nice, but their other ones, like it has to be that square one that just came out. And if it's not that one, I wouldn't buy it. But I did just get a concealer from TikTok Shop. They sent me a sample by Tear Tear. I actually really love it. It's a Korean brand skincare. Um, it's very natural. It like blends into the skin very well, and it has a stick and the liquid concealer. I love that about it. It's really nice. Um, Glow Facial. Honey, it's Glow Facial. Yes, I'm telling you, Gwen, Estee Lauder, their lip liner, double wear lip liner, when you put it on, you have to work with, like, smudge it fast because once it dries, it's not coming off. That's a gem. But that lip liner is amazing. No, there's a turkey neck thing. No. You know what, Kebab, like oil cleansers don't do well on my skin. Well, okay, if I use an oil cleanser, I can use that first to take off my makeup off, but like to really wash my face, I can't. Like it's like it's a residue that it leaves on my skin, like no matter what I use. Um it just it doesn't it just doesn't do well on my skin at all. So like if I use an oil cleanser, I'll go behind it with another cleanser. Oh, feel better, Stitch. Thank you. But Aleph asked me a question that I've been meaning to ask. She asked me, why is Jen spiraling? I don't know if a lot of y'all are not on TikTok, so you guys don't know this. But you're going to find this kind of funny. The reason why I say you're going to find this funny is because Cajun Navy Jen is friends with Born in the Bayou. Okay, everybody established that. I've told you guys that before. She came out and said it. Born in the Bayou have been on her lives. Born on the Bayou is Christy's cousin. And allegedly, she's Aurora's babysitter. Jen was taking up donations for the billboard. But she also said she's going to take up donations for Born on the Bayou. Why would you take up donations for Born on the Bayou, who's Christy's cousin? I think a lot of times there's so much going on the internet that people don't put one and two together to see what's really happening. And I try to be transparent with you all, but I feel like sometimes when I am, people take it for me being messy, and it's just not that. I'm just being honest. I'm telling you, and I've never seen, I don't know if I'm a different type of person, but when I don't talk to somebody, I will eat my mattress before I will ever talk to you. I don't go back on something that I walked away from. because I walked away from it. Hey, Carmen, for a reason. That's like going back into the trash and picking it back up. When I'm done with something, I'm done. And when I'm done with something, it is for a good reason. I don't walk away from situations without having the actual facts and the proofs to make a decision. I don't. And I need to know what's going on before I make complete decisions. And when I walk away from something, just know if you could call me to tell me whatever you want, I don't care. And yes, it's not a grudge. I just don't care anymore. And you mean nothing to me. I'm just done. Yeah, I'm just done. Like, I don't even wish you bad, but if something bad happens, I'm not sad. Like, I know that sounds so bad. I know that sounds so bad. But when I'm done with, I'm done. Like, there's no turning back for me. Um, because I'm a very patient person, and I just feel like life is so short, and I feel like a lot of times we tolerate things that we shouldn't. I think that a lot of times we give grace to situations that you shouldn't, and you're patient with people that you really shouldn't be. Yeah, that's definitely, but I think it's a the older a Taurus gets is the more they become like that, because I think as kids we're very forgiving and very getting over things, and we kind of let people cross boundaries. But I think, like, as we get older, we kind of, a Taurus to me is a very special sign, and not just because I'm a Taurus, but more because I feel like we are very reflective, the women specifically. And I feel like because we're so reflective, we're able to make things better in our lives. And we learn from our mistakes. I know a lot of people don't learn from their mistakes, but one thing I don't understand. But one thing about Taurus women is we do learn from our mistakes. And the more that we learn from our mistakes, is just like we just grow so much as a person. Thank you. I appreciate you. Um, yes, teaching others how to treat us. That is such a huge thing. And that's such a lesson that I feel like when you really realize that you show people how to treat you by the way you treat yourself, that is such a powerful, powerful statement and thing to be able to do. It's very interesting once you realize it. But it takes years, because I feel like when I was younger, I used to let people get over on me a lot. And I used to always like forgive people for things that I was like, you can forgive but move on and not deal with them. You don't owe them to deal with them. But I mean, a lot of us are raised to feel like, oh, family is family, so no matter what they do, you should love them and you should be there. I can love you but not deal with you. Whether you're family or not, if you're not healthy, you shouldn't be around. Right? Like, it shouldn't be you hold more value just because you're family. Like, no, if you don't treat me right, or you are toxic in my life, it shouldn't matter who you are. You shouldn't be in it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that takes a lot of time to get to the point where you're like that. I know for me, it took years for me as an adult to really say, but it's liberating because then you are selective about the people that are around you. And you live and you learn, right? So we all make mistakes too. We're not perfect. And I think that's really important, especially as a parent, because I feel like as a parent, a lot of times we feel as though we are entitled to having a bad day, but for some reason we hold our kids to a higher standard than we hold ourselves to. And that's the part that's interesting when you really think about that. Yes. Yes. Circle being small, but very, very much on purpose. So I've learned that. Like, even it's been healing for me to be able to tell my kids, like, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm not perfect. Because I feel like you allow them to realize when they make mistakes, it's okay to say it. And for them to know they're not perfect and they're not going to be perfect. But knowing that you made a mistake or you did something and being accountable for it is very important because it allows them to reflect on things. But that takes time. It's funny because there's a saying that life is best lived backwards. And it's so true because what you learn as an adult, if you knew it as a child, wouldn't you appreciate your childhood so much more? If you knew what you knew now as a child, you would have lived life to the true fullest. You would have appreciated every single thing in your childhood because you realize like adulthood is overrated. Like it's so funny when you think about that. Yeah, telling your kids when you're wrong or you've made a mistake, I think is really important because a lot of us didn't grow up like that. And I think that's like a generational thing. But it's interesting to see like you as a parent saying, okay, I'm going to do things differently. It's hard, but yeah. But yeah, so everyone kept asking about Jen and why all that happened. And I just thought it was really funny that a lot of people didn't realize that her and Born on the Bayou were such good friends. No, I don't hold my parents' mistakes against them either. Well, my dad, I kind of do. Just because I feel like he won't learn from. Okay, so I was a daddy's girl almost all my life. But when you become a mom, you appreciate your mother on another level because you know the sacrifice that it takes as a mother. So you look at your mom very different to me. And when I would talk to my dad would talk smack about my mom. That wasn't true, that I know wasn't true. Not that my mom told me wasn't true, is that with things that I've seen with my own two eyes. Or he would like blame my mom for everything that has ever happened in his life. And it's like, dude, y'all have been divorced since I was 12. Like, how are you still blaming her about something that happened 10 years ago when I'm 39? Like, I mean, y'all have been divorced more than half of my life. Make it make sense. Like I'm telling you, like this man will rail in on my mom on the phone, and I'm just like, dude, what is it about my mom that you still talk? Like, leave her out of this. Like, what? I don't understand. And I'm just not gonna let you talk smack about my mom. Like, I'm just not. Like, my mom and I don't have the perfect relationship, but I appreciate my mom because she has always been there. And I'm like, I'm not gonna let you talk smack about my mom at all. Like, I don't care what you think or feel. Like, I'm just not going to let you do that. And you're definitely not going to blame my mom for something that happened to you last year, and y'all haven't been together in over, what, 20 something years. Like, y'all haven't been together in over 27 years, and you're blaming a car accident that you got into last year on my mom. She don't even live in that state no more. Like, be so for real. But the thing is, like, I can't say stuff like that to him, because then he'll use that and talk about how disrespectful I am and I'm this, and so I just leave it alone and just don't address it. And so I just cut him off, because I was just like, I can't do this anymore. No, literally, you could talk about your ex-wife, but what you will not be doing is talking about my mom. Okay, like, but my mom, this is the thing with my mom and my dad. My mom is the reason for all of my dad's success. And I say that because my mom was the one that, like, was the saver. My mom was the one that would, like, invested into my dad's businesses. Like, my mom was the one who did so much. So I feel like for you to blame her when she's the one that, you literally are who you are today because of the sacrifices she made. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, I don't I don't get it. And I'm telling you, my dad was hella disrespectful. Like, okay, so we had a house in Jamaica and a house in New York my entire childhood. And so my dad lived in Jamaica and in New York. Like, he would travel back and forth. But my dad had introduced us to this lady and told us the lady was our, like, we were calling her Aunt such and such. We didn't know that this was my dad's side piece. So we would be in Jamaica with my mom. This hoe was calling the phone, asking who was she. Like, I am telling you, that man is disrespectful on another level and blames her for his shit. I couldn't take that man serious. And then he would have homegirl take me to go get my hair done and stuff. And, like, she would try to, like, have us match and stuff. And I didn't know what was going on because I'm a kid and I'm obviously not that smart. Um, and I'm like, dang, so you was like, so you mean to tell me Aunt such and such is not Aunt such and such? So now, if anybody tells me, oh, this is Aunt such and such, boy, bye. Boy, bye. Like, yes. First of all, I'm gonna tell you this as someone that is Jamaican, Cuban, American, and Panamanian. I would never date a Jamaican man for those reasons, because they feel like because they take care of home, they can do whatever they want. And I'm telling you that because that is not just one person. Like, that, it's culturally they are like that. And maybe the Americanized ones may not, but I don't take any chances because of that. Okay. Like, I don't care if you could take care of home. Y'all are so out of pocket. What is happening? Gypsy, I will not tell you my underwears. um I love being black. I love the sun. Yeah, like um they are very narcissistic too. They are, like, Jamaican men are very, like, they will take care of home, but they're womenizers and they're narcissistic. And that is just not something that I would ever tolerate. So for me, it's a no. Not Kendra's so sassy. Like, Kendra's so sassy. Y'all, first of all, I gotta upload parts of Ryan's live from yesterday. Oh my gosh, there was parts of it where he was mocking Ken, snorting. He was like acting like it was his. He was like, "No, that was just my vape. That was just my vape." And Ryan's so damn shady. I thought those parts were funny. Thank you, Pepper. Thank you, Debbie. But that it was actually part of Ryan's lives were funny. It's hard to watch some of his lives, but I don't know. Debbie, I appreciate you so much. Honey, I'm telling you, a Jamaican man stayed with a wife and a girlfriend and a side piece. Okay, like, baby. He was definitely, first of all, you could tell by his eyes, his reactions. First of all, a vape, you wouldn't be like, what are you inhaling? Like, you legit heard the straw. Oh, thank you, Mac. Jamaica may be doing too much. I'm telling you. Anytime they try to hit on me, I like kind of play into them a little bit, but I keep it moving. Like, I, in my mind, know I would never take you serious. But it makes me laugh. It does make me laugh. Him and Fancy go off. I'm not gonna lie. Fancy going off is kind of funny because it's so unhinged. It becomes comical. It's just watching her is very interesting. It's very interesting. I am good, just some chick. Yes, her rages are actually very comical. I don't know if you guys remember this. Tell me if anybody on this live remember this. When Fancy went to Missouri, no. When she was at home and somebody had sent Wendy's to her house and she didn't know who it was, and she called 911 and said that somebody had her address. She was giving out her address and her phone number on live to 911 and was talking about her celebrity status. And somebody sent some food to her house to poison her and was losing her ever loving shit. We should be doing our podcast tomorrow. I have to get with Ivory and just double check. Do y'all remember that? That was the funniest. Like, I choked. Oh, I was gasping for air. It was, she would literally say, oh, hold on. My fans are in here saying something, hold on. Like, she... Right, she did say her address out loud to 911. Mind you, she said people were just sending, like, literally stalking her. It was, I'm telling you, I couldn't breathe. I could not breathe. That was the funniest. I was like, if she knew how to repeat this when it was time, she should be on TV. Oh my goodness, that was a sitcom and a half. My stomach was hurting after watching it. That's how much I laughed. She is funny. That woman is comical. I mean, I couldn't believe that that was happening in real time and she wasn't acting. I am telling you, it was the most unhinged, comical thing that I had ever seen in my life. And I just know the 911 operator was like, what is happening? It was hysterical. I'm telling you, I don't she was funny. It was funny. Then I think the other thing that was really funny to me was when she was in the Waffle House and she was saying how she was a celebrity, and she was like, "Yeah, do you know who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is? She's taking me to court." And they were like, "No. Who is that?" That was really funny to me too. It was very funny. It was very, very, very funny. And I know that this is probably a bitch thing to say, but the day that she was supposed to go to court and she fell asleep, I could not laugh. When I say you supposed to be at court on Zoom and you fell asleep, I was in tears. I was in tears. I was like, you can't make this up. Like, you cannot make this up. Oh yeah, she's just as nuts. Like, that's why when Fancy Naomi and Cajun Levy Jen are putting up a billboard, that should be an alarm to anyone. Like the three scammers? No, literally, like the fact that you just have to be awake and dressed from the waist up to go to court from the comfort of your home and you don't make it. Yes, Happy Gilmore 2 was such a great movie. It was so nostalgic to me, and that I think that's why Adam Sandler has always been a really good actor to me, and I've always loved anything that he's been in. And I think one of my favorite movies as a child was Big Daddy. Do y'all remember that? I thought that was hilarious. Like, every time he would say the Pepperidge Farm man, I would fall out. Like, ah, Big Daddy was, I laughed so hard every single time he said, smell like the Pepperidge Farm man. I would literally play that part over just so I could laugh. I think that she is coming up with like a PR, like a total PR revamp. You notice she's been quoting Bible verses and stuff like that. I think she's going to come back online and act like she's like this converted Christian that is trying to live life, another scam to make money. To be honest, I think that's exactly, I think that's all she's going to do is constantly try to revamp herself, and she's a scammer. Yeah, it's definitely blasphemy. But I mean, Christy's the same way. Like, she will quote Bible verses. Meanwhile, she's out here trying to use everybody in sight. Like, meanwhile, she's saying that if Didi wasn't such a bee, she'd still be alive. But she claims, God is love, and she loves God so much, and he's like, it's just given scammer. Exactly. Exactly. I guarantee, I think that's what she's trying to do, is come back, like, because think about it this way. People always weaponize the fact that God is a forgiving God when it comes to like revamping themselves, like saying, oh, well, God forgave me, you should. And so, like, I could see her coming back out like that and manipulating the public again. Because people aren't going to say, oh, you know, like, people are less likely to judge you because they're able to weaponize Christianity. Does that make sense? Exactly. I don't think anything will stick, which is the thing that I feel like the issue that she's constantly running into. I think the only thing that would stick for her as a PR move, if I was her and I really wanted to, like, revamp myself, I think the best thing would be to tell the truth. Tell the truth. You weren't honest. You were trying to manipulate the public because you wanted to make money. And now that you're a mom, you see it differently. That would be the best thing, is to tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Be transparent. Come out. Make sure the media picks it up. That would be the only way. Oh, wait, OnlyFans won't let convicts on there? But I honestly think at this point, she wouldn't do. I think she would be on, like, model websites, in quotations. That's just my opinion. Thank you, Cheyenne. I think that's what she would do at this point. I don't think that she would, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, because think about rugs. If Ken is doing it, she's likely doing it. I'm not saying she is, but I would assume, right? Um, Anytime rugs are involved, and think about the fact that she was doing stuff in that shed before, I think all of that. To just be honest with you, I think she's doing all of that. Or if she isn't doing that, she's on the way to that. Because everything, and that's why I think Aurora being in her care or anything like that should be concerning to anyone, considering how she actualizes everything. I think that people really don't understand how dangerous this is. And I think what happened last week with those people in Alabama that were just picked up for trafficking, like 3-year-olds and stuff like that, in that bunker, I think it should start alarming more people of what's really happening. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to hide them again, but you hit them already. Like, I think that that should really be showing people how demented people are and what they're doing right now. Yes, the amount of people she was entertaining and such generic messages to everyone and men. There's just so, the fact that, that's why I'm saying Ken is one and the same with her, because I think he knows the desires that she has. But anyway, you guys, I have a meeting with the editor because some of my videos need to start being edited that I post on certain platforms. So I'm trying to speak to someone to kind of get that squared away. So I will be back this evening. I think Ivory and I are going to do a live tonight, and then we should be doing our podcast tomorrow. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit, and I'll post what I have of Ryan's live from yesterday in a little bit. Thank you guys for watching.